It's time for me to gaslight the fan base. It's time for me to gaslight the fan base. Let's go. This is another win at home against the number 2 seed in the West. What's going on, man?
What's up, Prince? Prince of Warriors Twitter. What's up, Prince? What's up, Prince? Let's
What's
all
going on,
file in
man?
here now, man. Let's
Come
all
on,
file
man.
in
Let's
here
go.
now, man.
Let's gaslight the fan base, man. Come on, man.
Let's
Let's
come
go.
on, man. They can't do it. Let's gaslight them, man. What are we, 2-0 in 2020, 2025?
The
This is
king.
not 2022. It's 2025. So let's not
The
talk about
king.
last year since we're not allowed to speak on the past. So let's talk about 2025. Warriors' best record in the league, 2025.
Well, no, 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 no. But real quick, tell me what these niggas got to say now. My boy Andrew Wiggins went 1 of 6 in the first half, and then said, "You know what? Fuck that shit. We not doing that." 8 of 11 in the second half, bro. That's what great players do. You want me to trade? And then Kaminga, in his 15 minutes of basketball, had 13 points and 2 assists. Wiggins had 24 and 4 tonight.
Hey, Glorious, let me say something about Kaminga. Kaminga has gotten a lot of slack in the past, but bro, he was fucking playing hard tonight, dog. On both ends, with force, attacking the rim, right? Like there was a certain like running back, and it's funny because the play that he got hurt,
Was a
bro,
defensive play.
bro, he was tracking back. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that you can ask for from
Miracle.
guys, man. Like he was playing so hard that I was saying to myself, I was like, bro, he's gonna get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, but you can't have
Miracle.
it both ways. Like you want guys just to play hard. That was just an unfortunate play, but they're playing their asses off. So in the at halftime, I had people coming in and they were just killing Andrew Wiggins. I think Andrew was like 1 of 6 or something like that, right?
He was
This
one of
man,
six.
bro, this man comes
Thanks,
out of
Desmond B, for being an absolute
bro,
fucking moron and was
he
shit
comes out at
talking about
halftime, right?
In the third quarter, 6 for 7, 3 for 4 on threes. Hits that big and one.
Bro,
That's what good
19
players do.
9 of 17, 24 points, right? So that's not even the best part about it, right? All right. Tell me how many turnovers Desmond Bain had tonight.
How
Let
many?
me let me look at it. Let
Take a
me
look.
look at it
Take a look,
right now.
Tell me
Glorious.
how many turnovers he had.
Desmond Bain made up 8 turnovers all on his fucking own.
All right.
Eight.
Now, hold on. Before you go, we ain't rushing tonight. I had to marinate tonight. Guess how many steals Andrew Wiggins had tonight?
Andrew Wiggins had 4 steals.
Guess who was guarding Desmond Bain tonight?
Andrew Wiggins.
Okay. There's a couple of
He's,
runouts that he had on him. You know what I'm saying? Like straight picked his pocket, turnovers, tough shots. Bro, this was a
can I
solid win tonight, man.
can I say something real quick though?
Go ahead.
You see, niggas was over here clowning Space Gang, right? For not wanting Jimmy Butler because Jimmy Butler, we were gonna trade away Kaminga and Wiggins for who? For
But
fucking who, nigga?
but you
Are we
see
dead
though,
ass?
like you see how Wiggs was flying around. You see how Kaminga was flying around, right? Like they and you see how Memphis moves the ball and all of that, right? Bro, the most important thing in basketball right now is versatility. Okay. That's what I keep on preaching. Versatility, versatility, versatility. You cannot lose your ass chasing something that's not going to help you. You need versatility, okay? And when you have those two guys out there, right? That's why it's criminal what's been happening all year long. Like you need them on the court at the same time, right? The wings and Draymond Green is going to wreak havoc.
Eric,
Right?
Eric,
What's up?
let me ask you a question. Who had the most points in the game tonight on the floor for any respective team?
Wiggins.
I
He had
think he
24.
had 24 tonight. Yeah.
All right, and who's the most elusive player on Memphis that you said Wiggins had to guard?
Desmond
Desmond
Bain.
Bain was there tonight.
So, again, I'm all for making the Warriors better, right? But when we talking about being able to put up 20 points, being a low maintenance player, defending the best player on the floor any given night, especially on the perimeter, we want to trade that, right, for a dude who's probably going to divide the locker room if he don't get a specific extension. I don't know if people like registering that, or I don't know if people paying attention to the game of basketball, but there's plenty of ways to improve the team without just looking at contracts and just trying
I
to
don't,
alienate a particular person with less sweat equity. You feel me?
Like,
What I
I
think
just
Wiggins
find
should do,
it
what I think Wiggins should do, Irk, after this game, he should go home, dye his hair burnt orange, and just not talk to reporters and start acting like an idiot. Because it
Bruce,
feels
where you
like
from?
that's
Where you
what
from,
people.
Bruce?
Where I'm from a
Yeah,
lot of places. G,
but where are you currently?
I'm in Miami.
Okay, so you would know a lot more about this Jimmy thing than a lot of people, right? Like the reason I
Of
say this is
course,
because if you're in a particular city, you it's almost like when somebody says that they're from somewhere else, I give them a little bit more I give them a lot of respect in terms of, what they know about certain things, right? Because you'll know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy, right?
that's a fact. That's
And
a fact.
and you will probably generally know more than the average user, the average Twitter user, the average NBA consumer, right? So I say that to say you would probably not that you would come on here and just blurt XYZ out because certain things you hear in confidence and all of this stuff, right? But
That's
like
true.
like you are going to know a little bit more about this situation and I've been hearing you say things here and there, and it's like not great things are being said. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you this. I'm always going to be player first. Even as a former athlete, I do genuinely believe Pat Riley can be too old school at
Uh huh.
times. You see that being echoed amongst the Kendrick Perkins, the Paul Pierces. There are a lot of former players who have an issue with, D Wade not getting paid, which we had an issue with. You paid Chris Bosh before you paid D Wade. D Wade leaves. You apologize about that after the fact. D Wade comes back home. LeBron wanted his way. He wanted his friends to, we ain't even got to go down that path, but there was just some things he wasn't going to get here. So who is Jimmy Butler? So I understand that. But bro, fans are sick of him right now because like you're playing a basketball game, you're sitting in the corner. You know what I mean? Like this is the dude we want to trade. Andrew, I've never seen Andrew Wiggins clap at Steph to say pass me the ball, right? But I've seen Kevin Durant do it. I've seen Kevin Durant clap at Draymond saying to pass me the ball and they start getting into an argument. I've never seen Andrew Wiggins. Andre Iguodala yelled at Andrew Wiggins on the finals to help him make a correction in something he saw. He listened to what Andre said, applied it the entire series, and people said that Andrew should have won Finals MVP. So my whole thing is I've been I've been ready when the Warriors won the chip, Irk, and you put it out. Should we trade Andrew for Kevin Durant? You said I would. Shadow said he would too. But people don't hear that. People just believe, I'm speaking for my own self. People just believe there's some bias to protect Andrew Wiggins. I'm here for Steph Curry, man. Like it is what it is. So people can feel how they want to feel about that. However, Steph
Bruce,
get to 5, that's where I'm
nobody's
at.
nobody's protecting anybody, right? And the interesting, like, bro. But here's how I operate. Motherfucker helped me win a title, right? I helped us win a championship.
You gotta value that.
Right? Like there is some equity that I give to a guy that did what he did. Okay, so and and here's the thing about Andrew. Like me personally, I was in favor of it. You know why I was in favor of it? Because I was watching small guards on the Warriors and we had no small forwards. We have no wings, right?
Facts.
And I watched what it looked like when we had no wings, right? So we had to make a gamble to get that player in there because remember, they had to trade, they had to get Andrew Wiggins, right? And trade him away with an asset,
With
right?
the draft pick,
By
yeah.
the way, that asset turned into Jonathan Kaminga,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
It turned into Jonathan Kaminga, who, by the way, is another wing who currently has value, right? So think about that, right? Like they created value because he was a distressed asset, right? So but that distressed asset turns around and locks up Jason Tatum, who is pretty much an MVP candidate right now. You know
Oh
what I'm
my
saying?
god.
So
Oh my
so
god.
so it's like there's a certain amount of leeway I'm going to show to a guy like that, right?
Urkel, let me sum it up for you this way. The Milwaukee Bucks. I like Damian Lillard despite the rivalry of Oakland and Portland and whatever, right? But the Milwaukee Bucks made a mistake. The mistake
Hmm.
they made was they got rid of Drew Holiday, and Drew was rerouted. Right, he went to Boston, and he's helped Boston in great lengths. Jalen Brown don't always have to guard the best player on the other side. He has a break now. Derek White will relieve him. Drew Holiday will relieve him, and they're working as a collective. That essentially kept like Kristaps didn't even play in the playoffs. He played 7 games. If we go and look, he only played about 7 games. He only started a few, right? He had no impact. But who had impact was the versatile defensive guys who could play on both sides of the floor. So I'm just looking at it, right? Why would I want to trade for a guy who the Heat just suspended, right? A disgruntled guy saying everything in interviews, right? To alienate himself is sitting in the corner because he don't want to carry out certain actions. What y'all think gonna happen? Like when you come to Golden State, this complex philosophical offense that people struggle with and it takes years to grasp. What you think gonna happen when this dude is not gathering that?
Hmm.
Right? That's gonna be a problem. Meanwhile, people are yelling at Andrew Wiggins. People are saying that his wife is cheating on him. His kids is not his. He need to take the vaccine. What are you, a Republican, Democrat? This dude is from Canada, bro. Like
Bruce,
so many
Bruce,
conversations, it just been swaying left and right, left and right.
Bruce.
I just don't understand it, dog.
You know that the Warriors were 23 of 45, 23 of 43 from three tonight, 54% from three tonight.
That's amazing.
No Steph Curry on the court.
That's amazing.
They also converted 28 points off Grizzlies turnovers. That was also a
You
very
know
big
the
thing.
other thing that I noticed too?
They finally started punishing the Grizzlies
And the
off their
Grizzlies are
turnovers.
the second best offense in the NBA. Was it the first offense right now?
Man, I gotta say something. I think I might be gay, man.
Come on, man.
Also, shout out to the fucking refs, by the way.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
And look, okay, now look at that. Look at that, Rose. You just pointed out something, and let's expound on that, right?
Hmm.
There is a Draymond Green indictment, right? So certain players carry certain indictments, right? The Warriors don't get certain foul calls. We just seen continuation calls after game. It's a side out for the Warriors. Whereas the Grizzlies, Bane is at the free throw line, right? So Jonathan Kaminga was elbowed in the head. They didn't review it. But for Draymond, you see what they did, right? They gave him a flagrant. So now you're going to go get another player who is carrying himself a certain way. And if the referees got an indictment against you, believe it, you're going to pay for it. Doesn't
Hmm.
matter who you is. Now we're going to add another guy on the team, and we're just going to hope the Warriors can what? Get free throws and get the benefit of the doubt and
Yeah.
get a nice whistle a night. Like people got to think about that. Think about stuff like that.
Yeah, so my thing tonight, defense was really good tonight, especially in that first half. Like that first half, we gave up like a half court shot. You know what I'm saying? Dude hit a half court shot, but in the first half, we are playing really good defense. And then, in the third, they got like a few things here and there. But I was pretty satisfied with the defense tonight. Uh Wiggins 3 of 10 from three. Dennis 3 of 6. Buddy Buddy had 14 points, 3 assists tonight. Um, if I'm getting anywhere from 10 to 15 from Buddy, that's great for me. So he shot.
Yeah, he should have had 18. I think he smoked 2 layups.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bro, anything 10 to 14 points from Buddy, I'm good, bro. 10 to 15 points, I'm straight. Um, the thing with Buddy too is like whenever he has the ball, you see how they're looking to just close out hard on him. Matter of fact, there's no closing out because he's pretty much being face guarded. Um, but the player that I really want to focus in on right now tonight, it won't even show in the box score.
Dennis,
No, no, no. Let me get to him
please.
next.
Slow mo?
Kyle Anderson,
Slow mo?
bro. Yes, Kyle Anderson.
This dude was getting DNPs for what?
Bro, he's really good, man. I'm telling you. I, so I know we talk a lot about spacing and shooting and 3-point shooting and all of that, and we want four shooters out there. Did you see how good he was tonight? Bro, he was really good tonight.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! This just in, by the way. They said Kaminga sustained a significant sprain on his
Fuck.
right ankle, so he won't be day to day.
Nah, he
Yeah,
young, man. He a young African, man. He'll be all right in a week.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
He'll be all right in a week. He go
we'll
soak that in
see,
some
man.
Epsom salt. He'll be good in a week. A week and a few
They
days. He'll
said
be all right.
significant.
Yes, Steve said it.
Yes.
He said sustained a significant sprain.
He'll be all
Significant.
right. He'll be all right, man. It
What does
pays to be
significant
20.
mean?
It pays to, it wasn't no
Well, he'll
what
get an MRI, so
I'm not
we'll
gonna
learn
lie, I
more.
think he's all right, man. The nigga stood back up. It could have been adrenaline, but he stood back up and walked back to the locker room on his own, man. He gonna be all right, bro. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, it says it won't be a day-to-day injury. MRI said an update is expected tomorrow, and of course he'll be out versus the Kings and likely longer.
yeah, he'll do a week and a half, man. He'll put his feet in some Epsom salt, man. The African will be all right. It pays to be young
Oh,
20s, man.
That's a
I
big
just find
miss.
it crazy, man. Like,
He's been
besides
their biggest
well,
punch
offense,
off the bench.
let me say this.
besides
He
offense,
he kind of doesn't
can
have
we
a
talk?
choice at this point, right? Like Kyle got to play now, right? So now that we got this JK thing, so next man up, I guess.
Well, I mean,
Can we?
you looked at it. You were let's expand upon like that slow mo play because of course he's gonna have to wait. But look at the closing lineup tonight. It was legit Draymond, slow mo, Wiggins, Dennis, and Lindy out there.
Yeah.
I think that was just a solid lineup. Plus, Lindy was on a heater tonight. He only missed one shot tonight, I think.
Can we
Dennis
please
Dennis
talk about?
tonight was masterful. I had my critiques about Dennis, right? And it really wasn't about Dennis per se. It was more so
17 and
it was more so about the offense that I know that they run. And this is not Dennis, but you see the value in terms of having a guy like Dennis, right? Like how he controlled the pace of the game and he had the ball in his hands. And you saw how there is value when you have a guy like that, especially when Steph is not there. Great, great pickup by them. 9 assists, 17 points, right? So he completely controlled the tempo tonight. And when Steph is out and you need like a ball handler to just run fucking ball screens over and over again, you like tonight, and especially at the end of the game, right? You see when you have a guy like that that can just eat clock, eat possessions, right? And he's out there and just snaking through that pick and roll and he's doing that thing. There's less chaos on the court, right? And there's less opportunity for the Draymond Steph kind of fuck ups, right? It's not really Steph,
Uh,
it's more so the Draymond thing, right? Because they try to play that thing, and Dennis was just slowing that shit down, playing the lead, playing the lead, playing the lead, and he did a masterful job at that tonight, right? Like you just saw like with like 4 minutes to go how he just went into clock eating mode. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of thing that you need to do in the game, man. And he did that. He did that in a masterful way tonight. Got to love what he was doing tonight. And
you guys think he's just been playing better
yeah,
overall ever since he hit that giant three against the Suns? I
so
feel like he's been playing like so well ever since then.
so again,
Marco, can I?
bro, my critique on Dennis wasn't more so Dennis. It was just this team because I know how rigid the coach is, right? And he needs to, you know what I'm saying? Like the rigidness pisses me off sometimes. And you see the value in terms of having a guy like this and doing things like that. So, shout out to Dennis. He's just going to be more comfortable as we go forward. Right now, I think we're the 8th seed. We're 11 games out of first. Okay. Here's the thing about being 11 games back. We're 11 games out of first. Guess who the number 2 team is?
The Rockets?
The
No,
No,
Rocket.
no, the Grizzlies.
So
No?
The Grizzlies.
No, 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 no. It's the
Oh, it's the
Rockets.
Rockets.
Well, no,
The
the
Rockets
Grizzlies
are the number
lost.
two seed,
The
Gotcha.
Grizzlies lost tonight.
Couldn't
bro.
you couldn't understand this?
Like, don't listen to the soy boys, right? Don't listen to the soy boys. This shit is wide open, right? We have 16 L's. The number two seed has 12, right?
Didn't the
We
Spurs lost today too?
listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. We're 4 games back. Fuck the Spurs. We're 4 games back of the second seed. Okay? This shit is far from over. We're 2 games out of the fourth seed. We're 3 games, sorry, 4 games out of the third seed. You understand what I'm saying? Bro, we just need to go back to the shit that we were doing to start the season. This shit is far from over. Understand this. The Clippers we're Dallas. How much longer is Luca gonna be out?
Well,
I
let's see
think
what the
they
Clippers
lost
look
like
like because
five in a
Kawhi
A
is
row. They
back.
month,
lost like
a
five in a
little,
row.
a
G.
month or something like that.
Clippers
So,
Hey,
got
but
Kawhi back though.
hey, you that the Phoenix Suns with 2 second options are 3 games below 500?
They're not even in the playoff picture right now. Not even the
They're
play
in the
in.
Erg,
12th seed,
Erg,
by the way.
They're
Erg. Dallas and Phoenix, respectively, both lost 4 games in a row.
Fucking hell, man. So now Dallas is now 4 games in a row.
Yeah, they lost 4 games in a row.
All
yeah,
right,
Dallas.
they're
like
tied with the Clippers now in the loss column.
okay, so let me go back and look at something here because I remember I was watching that Dallas game and I had this thought. Okay, let me go back and look because we lose games, we get emotional, and all of this stuff happen, right? Like we get very emotional after L's. I understand it. I'm the same person that gets emotional after these L's, and you say this and you say that, right? But in that moment, um, I remember I was thinking to myself. So we won that game, and we won that game by 3 points. Okay, and I was just watching how Jason Kidd was just managing Luca's minutes. Okay, first quarter he plays him 10 minutes. Second quarter he plays him 9 minutes. Third quarter Luca plays 10 minutes. The fourth quarter, he plays all 12. So in total, Luca played 41 minutes in that game. Dallas ended up losing that game. Luca played 41 minutes in that game. Okay? Luca is out with a calf injury right now. What is the reason that you get a calf injury?
Come on, man. You know that's an Achilles, man.
Overburn. You play too much, man.
It's a cute. Of course, that's most definite, Rose. But it's a cute way of saying Achilles is sore. So
Right? So they don't so Bruce, there's so many hamstring injuries, Achilles
yep,
injuries, and all of this
yep,
stuff, right?
yep.
And these dudes, bro, it's a track meet every night. Like if you go to an NBA game and you just sit up close, they're running a track meet every night. So I'm watching this shit and I'm like, I would love to win some of these games, but in the back of my mind, I understand how hard these fucking dudes are playing, and you understand like that they're running a track meet every possession and you don't want to burn them out in the regular season.
Yeah,
And
war of attrition.
bro, and I watched Jason Kidd go for it, right? In the fourth quarter, right? We played Steph 8 minutes in that quarter, right? And he had bench guys out there. Moody saw 6 minutes, Looney saw two, Pod saw three, Buddy saw four, JK saw seven fourth quarter minutes, right? Melton played 7 minutes, Draymond Green played 10, Andrew Wiggins played nine, and Steph played eight, right? They went with an 8-man rotation in that game, essentially, right? We played a bunch of people, right? So I say that to say that, yo, maybe, just maybe, right? Just maybe, you know, those games added up on Luca because I watched what Kerr did, and he sat Steph to start that fourth, and then he brought him in at around minute 8. And Luca was frying those dudes. You know what I'm saying? He was absolutely baking them to begin that quarter, right? Especially from a playmaking standpoint, he was absolutely frying them, right? So got the defense into rotation and all of that, and I noticed he looked gassed in the quarter, right? Like he looked kind of gassed in the quarter. So he was beating him from the pass and then the secondary pass. Like you saw them collapsing on him, and then the ball started to rotate. And I was just noticing that, right? Next thing you know, he looks gassed in that fourth quarter. Then Kyrie Irving picked it up. Clay got like a few buckets or whatever, right? But I just noticed that he looked gassed. And now you look at Dallas, and they just lost 4 games in a row. This shit is wide open, man. It's wide open.
Oh, I don't know if this is true yet, but I'm gonna have to double check. But apparently, the Warriors have the easiest schedule remaining amongst all Western Conference teams.
Nah, that's beautiful to hear. And
I'll
I'm not
take
gonna
that,
hold
bro.
you.
Yeah, it is
So
true.
hold on, hold
Like
on,
in
hold
terms
on,
of
hold up, hold up,
strength,
hold up. How can we have the easiest schedule when we didn't play anyone yet?
I
That's
know
interesting.
that's what they say, man.
That's
But
interesting.
let's think about it. We haven't even played like the Kings
Yeah.
yet. Like for some reason, we're gonna play them tomorrow. But to up to this point, we haven't played the Kings at all. We only played the Blazers like one time, the Jazz one time.
Hmm.
Like these are
Hey,
fun teams, dude. Why
hey,
why aren't we having these
Uh,
teams all of a sudden? Why are
Uncle, can I
everybody
say
else?
my thing real quick before I get off? Like,
pause, man. Pause, man. What's up
Big
with
bro,
you?
pause.
What's up with you, kid?
before I leave the
yes,
space, can
sir.
I
Bro,
say my thing, bro?
Yes, sir.
I just have to commend the two wings. I mean, people have not been talking about it enough, but what Kaminga is doing defensively is actually pretty insane. He guarded Jaron Jackson Jr. so well. Let me tell you what JJ shot in the first half. Let me tell you what JJ shot in the first half. So JJ shot in the first half of basketball 1 of 5, 1 of 4. He shot 2 of 9, and a majority of those minutes, or a good chunk of those minutes, Kaminga was guarding him. He got offensive fouls and turnovers when Kaminga was guarding him. Kaminga has been playing so well on defense, and people have just not been talking about. Wiggins has been playing well on defense, and people it's like they don't point out anything. They only point out when niggas have a bad offensive game. But the wings are cooking whenever they're on the floor together, and people aren't
Hmm.
bringing it up. And I just had to point it out, bro. Like Kaminga is looking legit two way out there.
Yeah.
He may not be efficient, but and his last what 6, 7 games, he's been efficient, and then he's been playing amazing defense. Ever since that Lakers game, he's playing amazing defense. I gotta give it to him, man. I gotta give it to the Wings, bro.
Yeah, that's what young guys do, Glorious. They tend to improve, you know? Young guys tend to improve. And you know, we need to really focus in on this Dennis thing and the second unit. You see, when Steph is off the court, Dennis should be playing all of those minutes. Okay? All of those minutes. Because the thing that he can do in terms of controlling the tempo, and Steve Kerr needs to cut the fuckery and just simplify the shit, and let's keep it moving, right? I I'm not saying don't run no motion shit or right, but you really need to do something in terms of high pick and roll on that second unit. You are sabotaging the team by not doing that on the second unit. I'm sorry, they're not what you want. They're not going to do the thing that you want. We're trying to win games here. Don't get guys fucking traded because you're fucking stubborn and you're trying to do the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Because you're about to get guys traded, right? And I don't think these trades that y'all want help us. I don't think they help us. I just think that guys need to fucking play better, right? And if you're out there and you're trying to run some antiquated offense that doesn't fit the personnel, that's not going to help the guys. Because oftentimes when I watch this shit, I'm just watching guys out there be confused on offense. It's stupid. It's just dumb, right? You don't have Andre Iguodala is not walking through that door, right? Sean Livingston is not walking through that door. And even when you had those guys, when you had Steph off the court and all those guys were on the court, minus Steph, minus KD, guess what? The offense was shitty back then too. right? The only difference is that Sean, Andre, Draymond on the court at the same time. You know what they did? They had to fucking guard their asses off. Like crazy amounts, they had to guard their asses off, right? So that's what happened back then, right? So you going out there with Steph Curry off and having people out there trying to run this stupid offense, right? And it's like three guards out there, bro. That's not good for anybody, right? You're literally throwing a monkey wrench in a team. You're sabotaging them, right? There's a way that you can play and have workable fucking lineups and and the team can hold up. The shit that Steve Kerr is doing right now, bro, you're going to get people fired. You're going to get people traded, right? So let's cut the shit out because they can put a semblance uh, of decent play off of the bench. I literally watched it, and then all of a sudden we stopped doing it, right? So, you know, this is not going to sound sexy, but I'm never going to tell y'all what y'all want to hear. They just fucking need to play better off of the bench. Because tonight I'm just watching Dennis and I'm just watching him run the damn ball screen, run the ball screen, and then every night off of the bench we're playing high pick and roll. I I know I know you're too highbrow for the pick and roll, but guess what? The rules dictate that you run the fucking high ball screen. It doesn't make any sense. You're out there and you have these dudes running at a handicap. Even when Andre was here, even when Sean was here, even when those other guys were there, bro, they were running like a fucking 75 offense per 100 off of that bench, right? It was stupid what they were doing, right? So now you have this guy in here. Make sure you run the shit properly because that shit that you want to do ain't gonna work. Won't work. It will not work. So make sure we're just doing the right thing, man. I mean, you have to give these guys some chance. Running split action for guys who who can't run that offense or they're not comfortable enough. You're just asking, you're just begging for them to lose games. And we're losing games in the most ridiculous way. And that's happening for a reason. So let's just try to do the right thing, man. I mean, like there is a path, right? The offense doesn't, but trying to run Steve's shit sometimes, bro. It's just silly. It's just silly watching people trying to run the shit and they're making mistakes. Guys are not in the right spot, right? And you can throw this timing shit off easily. It's kind of like when Peyton Manning used to be in the playoffs and you put him in Green Bay or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like no, like like conditions throw timing off. Like that's just how this shit works. So let's just do the right thing going forward, man. I'm sick and tired of losing these games and guys are out there just looking fucking regular because the coach is putting them in a tough spot. Let's let's do the right thing. Dennis was a plus 13 tonight. Didn't really shoot the ball that great. 17 points, 9 assists. Tonight we were 32 assists, 44 makes. That's kind of what, and there was no Steph Curry out there. There's a good team in there somewhere. There's a good team in there somewhere. But it's just not going to help with handicapping them with this shit offense. So, where did everyone go? Damn, we're so quiet tonight.
I mean, you pretty much like said everything we
I
pretty much
mean,
wanted to
yeah,
say.
right.
But
I have no.
but,
We got good
here's
games out of everybody.
yeah, here's this. So apparently Steve just said Kyle is finally going to start getting a burn, obviously because JK is now out for extended period of time. But my question is, why did it have to take injuries to prop up for you to finally play the correct guys? Like you notice how, like once the other guys were out, like Pods and all those guys were out, he finally start to put like the winning players on the court.
Pat Spencer was out there
But
tonight, huh?
I think that was only for like sentimental reasons mainly but I really don't understand why he was really that much out there, honestly. Like I get it, his brother was on the other team and that was kind of cool that they were on the court together, I guess. But aside from that, Like I literally put up the tweet like in the first half, like why isn't Kerr like he knows he's deficient in ball handlers with Steph out, and you can't run Dennis into the ground, obviously. So why is he not staggering like his ball handlers, like especially like Draymond, Slow-Mo, and Dennis? Like those are the main three ball handlers they have left without Steph. So and Pods is out, obviously. So
Steve Kerr
I
like
just didn't
to
get that.
he like to reward those point guards who remind him of himself. He like to do that for some weird reason. Some fucking 15 to 16 man he like to fucking play. But honestly, man, I don't know when he gonna wake the fuck up or if somebody in that fucking coaching staff is able to challenge him without fucking getting in trouble about that shit. But Steve Kerr gotta fucking fix this shit, especially because since he said we could wait for the next month to see before we could try to trade for somebody. And I'm not saying the trade just fixes everything right to fuck now, because obviously it start with the
You know what
staff.
the funniest thing is? You know what the funniest thing is? Right before the Dennis trade happened, they're gonna. I'm pretty sure it was either Mike or Steve said that. Oh, we're gonna take some time on the post. We're gonna take some time to evaluate the roster again, and then all of a sudden they made the Dennis move. So I don't
Yeah.
know, man.
He did the same shit with the Poole trade too. Right after he said, "Oh yeah," Mike said, "Oh yeah, we love Poole. We want him here for the long run," and they traded his ass. So I believe half of what they fucking say and half of what I hear, but it's just like I said, I think we do have a decent team. Do I think it's enough to fucking make some noise? That depends on if Steve Kerr can wake the fuck up in the coming months and fucking figure out this rotation thing, because that shit is getting old. That shit is getting old news to everybody, because that's how everybody could fucking uh they could fucking attack the team so well on defense, because this nigga Steve Kerr, what he'll do
Yo,
is
four. I'm gonna be honest with you. All of these machinations that we just went through, it's kind of not necessary. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
it was
Here's the thing though, like
100% not
why
necessary, bro.
every single fucking time this happens, like if we want to force like Steve's hand or whatever, like it had to take injuries to the
Why
fucking
do you have to
roster. It,
bro? Like,
it doesn't make any sense.
why do you
Even
have to force his hand?
remember the
Like I hate this
2021
shit, bro.
season? Remember the 2021 season where
Steve.
he had all this fucking shit with him. He was experimenting to all hell, and then all of a sudden, when the rotation was literally only like 7 or 8 available guys because the rest of the fucking team was injured, then he started to play the right guys out of like
Nah,
no
man.
choice, right? Like,
Yo,
why did it have to go
They
to that length to begin with?
because
bro.
they rewarding him off of nostalgia. They rewarding him off of nostalgia when it really was the fucking players. It was half of what Steve Kerr did. Because let's be honest, Mike Brown, shit, fucking Luke Walton even had the fucking team winning for a little bit when he was out. Like this shit, like somebody in that organization. I don't even like. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Even fucking Steph Curry, man, he got to start speaking up for real, like how these other stars do, and demand this motherfucking shit to stop. Because that's the only way shit gonna change. Because they obviously and clearly not gonna stop Steve Kerr from doing what the fuck he doing. Just like I remember earlier in the fucking season, it was a space. I forgot who the fuck said this, but they was on the right on the money with this shit. That Steve Kerr went away from Terry Stotts' fucking shit and went back to his old fucking thing, which is not the fucking answer. And that shit reeked like shit on those fucking games, that fucking stretch we just had when we fucking only won like what 4 of 12 games or some shit.
Yeah.
Like that shit stunk up the fucking defense and the offense, because he stopped going to somebody else's playbook and start doing what he wants to do. And like I said, that shit is not gonna stop until somebody fucking challenges him and really like, hey, look, this shit is not fucking working. And now with these injuries, with the fucking JK injury, with Steph Curry being out back to on a back to back sometime, and then all these little tic tac shits. You never know who's gonna get injured day in or day out. But my fucking thing is with Steve Kerr, these fucking like, why are we in a third, fourth season where these fucking rotations is the problem? And then he gets on here and is like, well, I trust these guys, or we're gonna get together, or or the blame's gonna be on me, like all that bullshit, man. Like, shut the fuck up and really fix this shit, man. Because they do
Yo,
what up?
yo, let me tell you something. Not to cut you off, right? But you see that Cleveland game right there? Okay. This is the type of shit I'm talking about. In that game, Steve took Steph out minute 4, right?
Right, right,
Of the first quarter, right?
uh-huh,
Plays him until I think minute 7,
uh-huh.
takes him out, and then he comes back in at 38 seconds left to go in the quarter. Are we trying to win games? And then when we lose these games, right?
Exactly,
Bro, like
exactly,
so
exactly.
so
That's
so
hey, that's why I love
And then he'll come
what
up with
Curry
like the
did the other night.
lamest fucking like
But look though, that's why I love what
teleprompt
like Curry. That's
excuse
what I'm
I've ever
saying.
heard.
That's what I'm saying. Curry got to do this shit more when Steve Kerr trying to take him out. He like, man, fuck that shit. Wave him off a couple times. Like, man, fuck that. I'm on fire right now. Stop taking Steph Curry out when he's on fucking fire. I
right,
don't know
so
any. I don't know anybody other fucking team, any other team or any other coach that's gonna take their star player out in the middle of a hot scorch and bench them for fucking 6, 7 minutes straight, and then expect them to come out with that same velocity. They're not
somebody
gonna
just
come.
said to me, if you don't know why Pat Spencer played, bro, don't give
I
me the ball
literally just
handling
said
shit. Don't give me the ball handling shit because
no. It was for sentimental reasons
bro,
only
he
tonight.
forces guys to be on the court, right? You and see that's a part of the problem too is like why are you going out of your way to play 13 guys? Why? For what? He ain't really doing it now, but
For no
before,
reason.
right? You're going out of your
No
way.
reason.
There's no reason. Bro, you have pods there. You have fucking Kyle Anderson. I literally watched Kyle Anderson just pick up 4 DMPs right now.
Or like Kyle Anderson and Looney, like, and he possibly about to get both of them
Give
motherfuckers
me a
traded
fucking break,
because
bro.
he's not playing them. Because he's not playing them, and now they gonna be the fucking epitome of the fucking team to get traded because they not fucking playing when it's lineups that we could be playing with them. Like, bro, we still one of the smallest team, even with them. Like, we got some versatile forwards who could play
Yeah.
center, but stop fucking running Draymond Green to the ground, making them play center, just like the shit with Edie. Like, obviously he big as fuck. Nobody's gonna fucking stop him like that, but still, it's like God damn, Draymond will be in fucking foul trouble day in and day out because you see how they fucking refing him. Play some of your fucking bigs. Get their ass in foul trouble. At least let them get some confidence because they have zero when it comes to playing these
Hmm.
bigs because they never fucking played. So then when they get in, they're like, oh shit, I'm in on this fucking defensive scheme, or now I gotta try to match this offense to this center when I ain't played for 6 games straight. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck? What the fuck? And then you like you said, you playing 13 men, but then you playing fucking what the fuck? Spencer. You playing fucking Spencer for what? For what reason? Is he getting a play over fucking Kyle Anderson or play over Looney? What the fuck is he getting play over anybody for? I don't give a fuck none of that because he's not doing nothing on the floor but passing. He
Bro,
ain't
Yeah.
got no
unless the team
pass.
is like legit decimated by injuries, he should not be seeing the fucking court.
That's
Like
what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
know what,
Like man, I
what
go
in the
fucking
world is the
I
science behind the fact that he's
I
on the
go get
court.
fucking
Where's the science? Where are the
man.
statistics that back it
That's
up?
what I'm telling you, bro. Like Steve Kerr, he gonna run this team into the ground and still have a
I'm
fucking
not trying
job.
to hear that bullshit when I just seen Pat Spit or Kyle just pick up like 4 DNPs.
He could have gotten more if
Come on, man.
Draymond didn't get hurt. If Draymond didn't get hurt, he would have gotten more DMPs. Let's be honest here.
22 minutes tonight. You got to find a way to play him, right? Like, and
Well, I
and
mean,
and
based
what?
on the news that we heard, he doesn't have a choice now.
Yeah, now he's gonna have to play him. But Kyle is a good player, bro. Like, it's laughable. And the funny thing about Kyle is that he's actually a Steve Kerr type of player. You know what I'm saying? He's that Swiss Army knife guy that
A
Steve
Steve
always
Kerr
raves
type of
about.
player, a Steve Kerr type of player cannot get any minutes in a Steve Kerr system.
Yeah.
Help me make that make sense.
Desmond Bain had like a football play on Andrew Wiggins today. And
Oh yeah, dude, he
bro,
was talking
yeah, he was
mad
talking
shit
crazy
and
too. Yeah.
talking mad shit to Wiggins for no apparent reason at all, and then all of a sudden Wiggins woke the fuck up and started locking that stupid ass T-Rex arms looking move up.
That's why I be wanting Wiggins to just wild out for one game and just try to dunk on somebody,
Yeah.
just like how he did Luka that one year, just because motherfuckers be trying to just play the team like we soft or something, but we literally get no like these same calls. I swear to God, on our end, they fucking bullying us. They're trying to bully us, and then we do that shit. We picking up all these flagrants and fucking and dumbass calls, but bro, nobody is held to that same
Yeah.
standard, and it's not because of Draymond, it's not because of nobody else. It's just how they guard. Like, it feel like ever since Durant left after that, they like, oh yeah, the Warriors is winning all these years. We about to fucking knock their ass off on when they come to refing because like nobody gets fucking ref to the standard we get. Like Steph is the only superstar who don't grift, and when he does grift, they never
Let
win.
me ask y'all another thing too. What the fuck was going on with the refs tonight, bro?
Bro, like, I was just afraid that they were gonna make up like another bullshit fucking ruling that you've never heard in your life in regards to any of these situations. Like, I think all it did was like especially in the beginning of the fourth quarter, like, yeah, Draymond did his thing, blah blah blah. Like, it was just all physical, blah blah blah. I would like Zach Edey at one point, Jared Jackson another point. Like, honestly, that was honestly, I had no problem with that. What we all of a sudden had a problem with, and I guarantee you, as a collective, as a fan, in the fan base, why the fuck can you like shout? Because when Draymond hit that three, he was saying "boom," right? He was saying "boom" to the crowd, and all of a sudden he got a tech for that. And the same thing with Dennis too. When Dennis got the and one, I think he was driving right next to either like Jaren Jackson or Brandon Clark. I forgot who. When he was driving, he got the and one. He was like talking some shit, and all of a sudden he got a T.
Yeah.
So, and you want to ask like, why are your ratings down? Why is the product so fucking shit? Because you don't allow your players without getting penalized to express any fucking emotion or passion on the court and the thing that they do best. You want them to act like robotic fucking children out there.
And then when they do, like I've never seen nobody get in trouble for fucking yelling at the crowd, hyping up the crowd.
Like,
after
is it just me?
And it was all from the same ref too.
Bro.
Now that I think about it again,
Rose, is it just me or do I feel like maybe I'm just being sensitive because we're losing and all of that stuff, right? But like, why do I feel like we're just getting hoed, especially at home? You know what I'm saying? Like, that game against the Cavs was fucking gross, bro. Like, in terms of how the refs were calling the shit. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm like, it's getting to the point where I'm like so desensitized by like all the fucking bullshit ass rulings that I swear, Urkel, you have never even heard of in your life until like the ref says it on the fucking microphone like a fucking asshole up there of confidence saying some weird ass, oh, it's because of this or that. It was because of X, Y, and Z, when that particular interpretation has never been applied to any other game except only for Warriors games.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I'm honestly like so done with it at this point. I just expect some nonsense to happen every single game.
Kyle Anderson is making Kerr look like a fool. Yeah, that's true. He is. Shout out, Kyle. Kyle's a good player, man. I mean, like, I don't care what he shoots or how he shoots or whatever, right? Like, this shit is just dumb, man. It's stupid what's going on. Rick Prince, what's going on? I feel like you're about to say something dumb, so just get it off real quick.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything dumb. I was just gonna comment on what you guys were talking about the refs. We also had a play where, I mean, Pat Spencer, I don't want him playing, but we had a play where Pat Spencer gets like the call and the refs say it's not in continuation and they say we have to inbound. The exact same thing happens on the other end with Jaren Jackson. And then the refs call it a continuation and they give him free throws. So all game we got hoed. Like, I just wanted to comment on that. Like, literally all
You know
game.
what? I want to ask, what even is a continuation at this point? Because some nights it will be like it's a continuation here, and then it will be not be a continuation here. What the fuck is the ruling now? Can someone actually tell me?
I mean, I have no clue. And that Cavs game was arguably the most annoying game this year because it felt like we were in it and like we were like fighting, and then like all of a sudden like three calls go against us, and then Donovan Mitchell like heats up, and then we're just out of it. And it's like if those calls don't happen, who knows like what happens in that game? Maybe we lose anyways, or maybe we like continue to dog it out. But it's like everyone was so like kind of like dull, like done with the game because of those calls, and then the Cavs like heat up, and then like we're just like ran out of the game basically.
Yeah. How do you feel about the next couple of games that's coming up?
Let me see what their games are coming up. Sorry, I haven't looked into their schedule lately because this team fucking pissed me off more
We
days
got
than one.
Sacramento tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I know they got Sacramento
So we
tomorrow,
got
but like, what's
Sacramento,
afterward?
Miami, and then we're gonna start a four gamer, right? So um
Is that an Eastern trip? If I remember correctly,
okay, so
is that like a mainly
that
Eastern
is an
trip?
Eastern trip. So here's the thing about this trip now. So we got Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Monday, right? Here's the thing about
Okay, so no back to
no, no, no,
backs
no, no. We have a
in
back to
that.
back Thursday, Friday.
Oh, there is. Okay,
Yeah,
there is one. Okay, never
so
mind.
so I we got to take care of these next two games, right? And see if it's Indiana Detroit or Detroit Indiana, right? So
Yeah. Okay. So after this, actually, yeah, after this road trip, they have a fuck ton of home
yeah,
games. Like they don't leave the state of California until like early
yeah.
February.
So
Yeah, that one road game in between is in Sacramento, but like that's in Sacramento. That's literally a 1 hour drive from where I'm
yeah,
from. So
so I think we I think we just got to get this shit back on the tracks, bro. I mean, you can talk about whatever trade this, that, and the other. Sure, you can always get better, but we need to just get this shit back on track. I mean, sometimes I think we focus on personnel, but I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Damn near everybody got the same personnel. You know what I'm saying? The shit's homogenous. No one is really separating themselves from each other. Look at the standings, right? Whoever plays defense is gonna win. That's pretty much what the shit comes down to, right? So everyone is running the same stuff. It's homogenous. They're shooting a bunch of threes, and if you can just play defense and hold up and be a versatile team on the perimeter, you're going to be fine, right? Because a lot of these teams they're kind of doing the same shit, right? So um, let's just pray for good health, wish for good health, and I think we'll be fine for the most part. How say you?
no more injuries,
Hey, by the way,
please. This team cannot withstand more
I'm just
injuries,
glancing
man.
over on playback right now, and Kawhi Leonard just played his first game of the season.
Yeah, and they're dominating
Yeah,
right now. They're beating the absolute snot out of the
yeah.
Hawks.
So yeah, they lost Paul George, bro. Like did they just let Paul George walk? And
They look better than they did without Paul George,
bro,
honestly.
bro,
With no Paul.
I really wish I could get Paul George, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna watch the last quarter of that game, and we can just chop it up over at playback.tv/space gang. So join us over there. We're gonna come back tomorrow. We're on a back to back. Literally